Greetings, entrepreneurs. My name is Michelle Raleigh, aka the Savvypreneur, and I'm here to give you some tips for going into your 2021 to make sure that you're having a productive year. So let's get started. So now, as we are closing up on this last quarter in December, what is it that you're going to change going into the first quarter? And what I like to do, especially at the end of the year, is I like to get a jump start on my first quarter. I like to make sure that I have my posts scheduled out. I like to know what topics that I'm already going to be talking about. I make sure that I have the different type of posts or videos or those things that I want to create. So this way I'm not sitting here when the first quarter comes and I'm sitting here racking my brain what I should be doing, because I already have that already in my mind. I have it written down and I have it already maybe even to go. And to just give you, some type of incentive, I've already recorded my first video for the new year. So it's already ready to go. All I have to do is schedule it out. So maybe my next task is to go in and create my social media posts around that topic so I can bring people to my social media channels and also to my website. So now my question to you is, how you start your new quarter or your first quarter is to look over what you've accomplished in this year. Look over what worked and what you want to repeat, and look over what didn't work and what you don't want to repeat, because that is going to help you going into the new year to get very, very clear on what it is that you want to do in the new year. The next thing is, what goals do you want to accomplish? Do you want to continue to grow your email list? By how many people? Be very specific, because this way you can measure when you've hit that specific goal. If you want to grow your email list by 300 more subscribers, then you're going to have to create more call to actions, create more lead magnets, whether it's in the form of a video, a podcast, a blog, an ebook, whatever that may be, a challenge, in order to get people to subscribe to your email list. And you want to make sure that you don't leave them there. This used to be me back in the beginning of this journey, that I would create content. I would create lead magnets and call to actions. But guess what I would do? They would download it. They would be on my email list. Now I don't know the next step that I should be doing with them. So they're just there and I have no clue of how to bring them to a product or service. And I don't even believe at that time I even had one in place. So these are the things that you need to be thinking about behind the scenes. These are the things that you need to be going over and brainstorming and making sure that you have a product, a service, or something in place that's going to lead them to that sale or to that specific download, membership, whatever it is. So let me just kind of take it back a little bit, because I really want you to understand this. So going into the first quarter, what is it that you want to accomplish? Because you have 3 months, right? So you can basically measure it by that 3-month milestone. So you can say, I want to grow my email list by 300 by the end of March. So this way, start now knowing what type of lead magnets you want to create. Your lead magnet could be just as simple as a podcast that is only exclusive for those who sign up for that specific podcast, where in that podcast, you're giving them actionable steps. You're giving them actionable things that they can do, things that you're not talking about on your social media platforms or your YouTube channel. These are only for those, what I would say, maybe your VIP list. This specific download is only for those who have subscribed, where you're going to unlock a key component that's going to help them. And even within that podcast, you can create a document that you can give them a link to, a bit link that can download maybe a checklist or download some type of video that maybe is showing them step by step. So this way, you're gaining a subscriber, but you're actually giving them such great content that they can put into action. That way you can then later on nurture them if you have like a program, a membership, a mastermind, maybe a product, a service, whatever that is. But you have to get to the place where you start doing your homework now, meaning you have to create those email campaigns. You have to create that said podcast, or how many podcasts it is. You have to create the freebie that's within that podcast, or maybe you have a low cost offer within that podcast that is going to give them the next level to get where they need to go in their journey of what it is that you offer for them. So this is so key, because I believe a lot of entrepreneurs, they'll put the cart before the horse. And I've done that. So I'm speaking from experience. So what I would do is I would go and create all of this content, but I wouldn't know how to basically get the sale or lead them to what I wanted them to do, as far as help them to get to the answer that they were looking for. So I don't want that for you in your business. So I want you to sit now and start thinking, start brainstorming while you have these last 3 weeks left. And really, if you have a product, maybe you want to go ahead and maybe add more value to that product, maybe create other things around it that's going to give them even more incentive to want to interact with your product, your brand, or whatever that is, right? So go ahead and create that, whether it's a membership, maybe it's a mastermind, maybe it's a challenge, whatever it is, you want to go ahead and you want to create that. Then once you create that, now you're creating it from the standpoint that you already know what your customers are looking for. You already know what their problem is. You already know what their pain point is. So you're not creating it off the top of your head. You're creating it because you have feedback, you have knowledge, you have insight, and you know that this thing that you're creating is going to help them get to the next place where they need to be, right? So now, with that being said, with emails, I have on my blog, and I believe it's down below in the description box, that you can click on that link to my blog post that will help you with creating email campaigns, how to create an email, list from scratch. All of that is there free for you to go and glean that on my website. So don't fret, I got you covered there. But what I want to talk about, as far as meeting those goals, you have to put in the groundwork in order for everything else you do to make sense. So when someone comes to your landing page or comes to that sign up page and they're downloading that podcast that has all of this great information in it, then it's another step within that podcast, because you've already done the back end work to make sure that once they listen to that podcast and says, wow, they have a low cost offer that I can go and download for $27, $49, $99, $200, whatever that price point is that you have within that podcast. Or maybe it's even a free download. It doesn't have to start out being a paid offer. It could be a free offer, because the point is that you want to make sure that you're giving them great value, but you can also throw in a low cost offer there. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to do what works for your business. Now, the next thing is going into the new year. Once you start getting your footing and you start brainstorming, this is so vital. You have to check your data. When you're creating social media posts, your posts have to have an end goal. Do they call people to action? Do they educate? What are you posting for? Is it to bring them to a landing page? Is it to bring them to your website? Is it to bring them to a podcast, to your YouTube channel? What is that post doing? Or is it just a post that you just put there and it has no purpose? It serves no purpose other than just giving them information. I believe that most of our posts, I would say maybe 90% of our posts, should lead our followers or your followers to make a decision based on either going to your website, going to your YouTube channel, or wherever it is that you are on social media, because the goal of it is you want to get not only subscribers, but you want to get customers, you want to get leads, but you want to make sure that they know where you are. And I'm going to suggest this, that at some point in your entrepreneur journey that you get a website. Now, I know there's some chatter on the internet that's talking about websites are dead, and you're hearing these gurus or these people are saying, oh, I don't use a website. And maybe that's because they have such a great following. But the key point of why I'm saying this is, if Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all these other platforms go down tomorrow, guess what's going to happen? Your subscribers are going to go down with them. If you have not built an email list where you can reach out to them to say, hey, we don't know what happened. Our social media page went down, but guess what? Here is our website address where you can now come and follow us. Here is our website address where you can come and get updates of what's going on. So I think it is vital for you as an entrepreneur to make that decision to basically get a website at some point, because it is going to be something that is going to help you out in the long run. Because guess what? You own it. You control the content on it. And this way, if something happens on your other social media channels, people know where to find you. So that's another tip. So again, you want to make sure that you have a goal for going into the first quarter. You want to make sure that you're already being proactive and taking the time doing this last part of the year, and you are planning out what it is that you need to be doing in the first quarter. Again, whether that's building an email list, whether that's creating another product or service, whether that is basically learning a platform. One thing that I have learned over the course of these 2-3 years, as far as being on the digital space, is that I understand now that I can't be everywhere all the time. And that if I try to be on all these platforms all at once, I get overwhelmed. I don't know how to basically navigate. It's just too much. It's too overwhelming. So what I'm committing to in the new year is basically sticking to two platforms, because this way I can monitor it better. I can measure it better. I'm not overwhelmed by having to be here and there all the time, because I want to make sure that first and foremost, I am on the platform, that you're on the platform where your followers or your customers or clients hang out. That is the key thing. You don't want to just be on a platform because it is popular. It is the trending platform. It means nothing to your business if your customers are not there. I don't care how many views you get, how many likes, how many follows. You can even go viral. But the whole point of it is, if that viral traffic is not bringing you income in your business, then it serves no purpose, right? So let's be proactive in the first quarter of 2022 and make sure that you are setting up now to go forth and get done what needs to be done. Setting a goal, making sure the platforms that you are on have your audience there, making sure that you test. I don't care if you put a picture out or a post out or a GIF out, if it's not garnering in any feedback. And let me give you this tip before I leave. What I realized with Instagram now, because we have Reels, we have IGTV, I think they're kind of, within the TikTok phase that IG is taking on. So what they're not doing anymore is really promoting static posts. So if you're a person who has put out static posts and just put it up there, you may still get some engagement, but where the engagement is at now is with Reels and IGTV. So it's something that's moving. It's something that's static. It's not static. It's catching the eye of hopefully those who are coming to that specific video, right? Excuse me. So now what you want to do, don't 86 all of your posts when you go back through your feed and you see, well, I didn't get any engagement. What's going on? It's not because the content is not good. It could be just because Instagram is no longer giving precedence to those images anymore. Now they're giving precedence to Reels and IGTV. So what you want to do, go back through your feed, look at that content that you know was good content, and guess what? Make that a Reel, make that an IGTV. You don't have to recreate the wheel. You don't have to sit here and try to rack your brain and come up with, what am I going to do now? Nobody, saw this. I know it was good information. Do it in a Reel, do it in a video. Well, I hope these tips have helped you, so you can now get a game plan in place. So this way you can be proactive in your first quarter to now start creating what it is that you want to do, the goals that you want to meet and set within that first quarter. So again, my name is Michelle Raleigh, aka Savvypreneur. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comments below. Please don't forget to like and share this content, and I'll be with you on the next video. Bye-bye.